Game Central Station, and I am reviewing the Wyze Camera version 3 that I just got in the mail today. It has a bunch of new features, but the biggest ones here are the weather resistance. You know, that is really nice because I've had the Wyze version 1 and 2 outside, and they've been fine actually, but it's just kind of nice to know that this will be weather resistant for the future. And let's see what else we got going on here. Oh, the color night vision is going to be a huge huge improvement. I don't know if you can tell there, but that is we'll test that out and see if that is accurate or not. I'm pretty sure it's going to be because of the new sensor. Obviously you can tell it'll work with if, this, and that, and Alexa and Google Assist. I primarily use Siri and don't use the other ones, but that's just my personal choice. There is an app obviously for iOS and for Android, but let's pop the sucker open. So let's see, first it comes with a quick start guide, and right off the bat I notice that's a lot bigger camera than they normally that they've normally had. Let me get this out of the little box. Wow, that is a lot bigger than the older one for sure. Let's see here, what else do we got? Well, of course, gotta have this. The most important part of any Wyze purchase is the sticker. And we have USB cable. We have the 3M sticker, the base plate, and some screws, which I don't think they gave you screws before, and then the plug. Turn this around, see if you guys can see. Yep, for one there. So that's 5 volt, 1000 milliamps. Another nice thing to notice is it has a place where you can hang a screw, hang it off a screw if you want to. The bottom is still magnetized like the old versions, and it still has all the rotation like the other versions did. But this time you can turn it all the way around. Instead of with version 2 and 1, you could only go to about here or here. It didn't do a full 360 rotation, so that's nice. I like that. So it used to be a pain to figure out where you want to mount it at. Now it has a setup button. See if I can show you guys this. Setup button and an SD card slot. So it's clickable. And then this, see if I can open it. Kind of hard to get it open, but that's a good thing because it's sealed up pretty well. That's for your SD card. It's kind of hard to show you guys on camera, but that's where your SD card goes. Maybe if I do that. There you go. Alright, something else I wanted to mention is how this connects in here. It looks like how it seats in there is pretty interesting. It seals around. I don't know if you can tell with this camera, but you can kind of see where it's bulging right where I pushed in the extension USB. So it seals around that extension USB cable very well. Overall, that looks pretty nice and really beefy. And for the $20, that's pretty cheap. I mean, there's still $5 shipping and whatever your tax is in your area, but that's a nice upgrade from the version 2 for sure. really nice upgrade. So I'll run some tests on this and get back to you guys on the results. Testing the Wyze Cam, show you how it looks inside a house. I had to update the camera when I first got it. And this is a view of camera version 2 in the daylight, and then Wyze Cam version 3 in the daylight. And then at night, this is the version 2. You can tell it's not as bright as the version 3 is, which looks a lot better. This is the Wyze Cam version 3, and this is me showing an example of somebody being in front of the camera. You could see that the motion detection, or maybe it was person detection, was catching me when I was about, I don't know, about maybe 20 foot away from the camera. I walk all the way down this tree, and then I walk back to show you when that starts to pick back up again. This recording is zoomed in a little bit in editing to get rid of some of the mess that was in my yard, so I apologize about that. Right about here is when you see the green outline where it picks me back up again. So some final thoughts about the Wyze Cam version 3. I took some notes while I was testing things out, and one thing I really liked was that it still used the micro USB cable, so when I went to go switch out my version 2 for the 3, I didn't have to rerun the wire. I could just use the wire that was already there to power the camera. The camera resolution, or maybe the picture quality, looks much better than my version 1 or 2 did, which is great for the same cost of buying a version 2. The siren on it is loud, but if you're inside, you're not going to hear it unless maybe you're right by the exterior wall that the camera is at. So that part, not a big deal, but just thought I should mention it. So far it seems to have more stable connection on the Wi-Fi than my version 2 did, and so I took some speed tests, I guess, looking at the camera recording live, and the version 2 connection speed would go between about 11 to 26 kilobits per second. But with the version 3 in the same location, the version 3 was getting 97 to 144 kilobits per second. So it seems to have a better connection to the Wi-Fi, or stronger antenna or something to be able to pick up that signal better. So, you know, I've only had it for a day. I've run some tests on it, but so far, I mean, you're paying $20 for this thing. You're not paying a ton of money. It's working out pretty good, and I really like that it's going to be more weather resistant. But you know, my version 2 and even version 1, I've had them outside for 4 or 5 years, you know, and they're under an overhang, but they haven't had any issues. So, you know, it's just good to know that this one will be a little bit more secure. I really like that the night vision, I mean, you could see my video that I had in here, that there's no lights on outside at all, from my house at least, and it lit up. You could see everything with the version 3, whereas the version 2 you really couldn't. So I'm very impressed with that without, you know, raising the cost at all. If you're looking at getting into the Wyze Cam scenario now, definitely go for it. I think this is a really good camera. If you have a version 2 or version 1, I would say get the version 3 and then take your version 2 or version 1 and use them in other places in your house. Maybe you could use them in your crawl space to see if there's any rodents or anything, or if you know, you don't want to crawl under to a certain section of the crawl space, but you need to look under there more often than you'd like. Put a camera under there if you can get it to power. Use them in other areas that aren't as important, but you can still use these older cameras, or even give them as gifts. Some people would like to have one of these. So definitely I recommend getting the version 3, just because it's still the same cost. It's a big improvement, and so far I like it quite a lot. So I hope you enjoyed my video. Please subscribe if you would like. and comment below and tell me what you thought. Your comments really do mean a lot to me, and it helps me figure out what I should record next and what you guys are interested in. And I know I'm Game Central Station, but I like doing technology stuff too. So anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you next time.